Appreciate y'all,
Whatever.
but man,
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, y'all all appreciate it. Man, when I tell you working that episode, Shane, I'll tell you, man, I was shit. Man, hey y'all, what's up, YouTube?
Oh, up
What's up,
already?
YouTube? Man, we you know it is. We just coming from Facebook, y'all. It's Sunday night recap. It's your host, Mr. D713, with everything culture. We have my sister Angela or Anki. Y'all go hear me call her quite often, and we have the hardest working woman in the podcast game. We have um, and we're just chopping it up here. We're talking about Mother's Day. We were telling all type of stories and experiences and the superpowers that mothers hold. You know, the many different hats they wear as well. And man, I once again happy Mother's Day to all y'all
Thank
out
you.
there. And I have to share it again. Shout out if y'all haven't listened to the most recent episode, y'all are really slipping. Like, go and check out the Mother's Day. Man, Mother's Day 2021. Also, go listen to Mother's Day 2019, the Mother's Day episode on Takeover. The first episode that I was not on at all, you know, when we just had the wives and some others I know speak on, you know, just let the ladies take over for a little bit. But that was season 1. This is season 3. And
Okay.
we have so many interesting conversations and topics going on with this season. And we had Shan, Tiffany, and Marissa. They were able to bless the microphones and the Zoom application with their faces and share their experiences being mothers of newborns, mother of 7 and 8 year olds, and talked about social media and TikToks and stuff. And it was so interesting. Harry Wilson. Let me see who Harry talking about. Let me see, y'all. Let me see. Hopefully everything cool, everything gravy, everything copacetic. But we'll make it work. But how you doing, Harry? Man. But yeah, it was so fascinating just once again able to hear and laugh and
Yeah.
talk about the whole thing about TikTok. Hold on, before we even get to that, 6th grade. What was things like at 6th grade with your daughter?
Well, when she was in sixth grade,
Oh.
Harry there. Okay. When she
Hold on.
was,
Hey Harry, can you hear us?
He muted.
Okay.
I think it was a lot of background noise or something. He didn't mute.
Okay.
Well, when she was in sixth grade is when the incident happened, right? When she fell through the table. So everyone started telling me, okay, you're gonna have to give her a little space. You're gonna have to, stop, sheltering her so much. Because at this point, I had to take her to school, I had to pick her up from school, I had to be there anytime she was at home. She could never be at home by herself. I had to be there, And then I had to know who was gonna be watching her. It was just a big ordeal for me at this point. So when she got into junior high, 7th and 8th grade, and then we had ninth grade campus here. This is one campus by itself, ninth grade campus. Because the way we grew up, ninth grade, it was like 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th all at one campus. Here it's ninth grade by itself. So when she went on to junior high and high school, I said, okay, I'm gonna back off a little bit. I can't be like I was when she was in 6th and 7th grade. So let me chill. So she had a big floor mirror in her room. So every day, and this was just me, and she thought I was the craziest person ever. But I'm like, I gotta leave to go to work before the bus come pick you up for school. And people are so mean over here, and I think they mean anyway. In my head, everybody mean. So because they ain't me. So I would be like, take a picture of yourself every morning. She had a phone. She had a little cell phone. I made her stand in her body size mirror, take a picture of herself in front of the mirror, and send it to my phone every day before she leave out. She had to call me when she got on the bus. Had to call me when she get off the bus. I want to make sure she made it everywhere she needed to go. And so then when she got home from school, was the same routine. And she was, Mom, oh my God, none of my other friends got to do all that, but none of the other parents went through what I went through either. So you got to let me make it. now. Shit, let me have my moment. I'm trying my best to give you a little freedom without me, being over you. Can you just take a picture, send it to my phone? People don't got to know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You text me, let me know you made it, or let me hear your voice. Let me hear something. Parent, kids want to go spend the night with their friends. I have to talk to the parent. I have to know if it's a mother and father in the home. I need to know what's happening. I need to meet them physically. I wasn't good at her going to spend the night with people's house, but we had a gang of people always in my house. The kids always come spend the night in my house, and the parents knew me because I made myself, visible to them, and I would talk to them. But that's just how I was. That don't mean she didn't do things behind my back that I found out later. Because she's real crafty with it. Sneaky.
Well, does that sound familiar? Does that like ring a bell of life?
The apple did not fall far from the tree, okay?
Okay. But you know what? To take pictures of your kids on a daily and know what they have on. What did they look like when you last seen them? Because people today, they don't keep pictures of their kids in their wallet no more. That kid card, most people don't know where it's at. And then if you rely on the media, it could be so falsified by someone creating a post, putting a timestamp that's not really realistic. Absolutely. That I don't introduce my kids to a cell phone. They have iPads, but that cell phone stuff is gonna have to wait. And like realness. So even me taking my kids to the park, I have many heart attacks when I call them and I don't see them. I don't see their shoes. I don't see the jacket that I put them in. I have intricate ways on where I write their names on their clothing. That way, let's say if somebody wanted to change their clothes, the odds of them changing their shoes too, they probably won't. It's gonna have their name on it. Or
be right back. Y'all keep going.
Okay.
I want to say that what you did was extreme. It's what I feel like most parents should have done.
I think so too. I definitely thought so. But then I was like, I don't want you having any social media. So at the time, it was MySpace. And I don't think it was Instagram. I don't know what it was. It was MySpace and it was something else right after that.
I know it's AOL AIM. Twitter, I didn't get on Twitter until like 2012.
Right. Whatever it was she had gotten on one day, she had a cell phone, but I don't think it was savvy enough to do the stuff that she wanted to do. So she would get my phone or my tablet or something like that, and she would go on these sites and have a whole account doing all that stuff. And I didn't know. But what was crazy is somehow, I guess she wanted these things, but she wasn't savvy enough or sneaky enough to put it all just on her. So I started getting emails. We're missing you today. You haven't put anything on your MySpace today, or you haven't did this and that. And me one day, I'm looking at it. I'm like, I don't have an account. Still not thinking it was her. Somebody done hacked my computer. Somebody done did this. Somebody done did that. All this time, my daughter was innocent. She did not do no wrong. She was perfect in my eyes, right? Because I was always there. I always watched her. I always seen her, right? Boy, bye. She had all kind of accounts open. All kind of people talking to her. She talking back to them. And I'm like, as I'm reading this stuff, I went crazy. You don't even know who this person is, and this person could be a pedophile. And we're gonna look up how many pedophiles in our area. We looked up all the pedophiles in our area. I'm like, we just seen him at Walmart the other day. You don't remember him? Like I'm showing her. Now I probably didn't remember him either, but I was trying my best to scare her. Right? It did not work. Kids today and the kids that like I said, she was born in '96. So
you can't go with kids today. Y'all was the same. It's just a different. It's just shifted. Y'all used to play in the sewer. Y'all
Well, we
used
had
to
a
jump
fear
off
of a butt
motorbikes.
whooping, at least. Our kids don't fear
Y'all
no
didn't
butt
fear
whooping.
it that. Y'all didn't fear it that much. That's the thing.
We
You know what
feared
kids
it
now
enough to not
fear
want
is
it.
kids fear getting their damn phone taken
No,
away.
I fear
That's
the
what they
cake
fear.
strap.
Oh, you do fear the cake strap. Well, I'm glad you showed, man. Everybody, once again, shout out, much love to the one that I knew that started out. My aunt, not my aunt, Lord, my grandma, Estella May Johnson. Man, every person I've interviewed, I'm looking for the interview on the ride because she used to beat everybody ass. Shit, I'm like,
I don't know. My grandma didn't play 0 games. 0.
Damn.
And you bet not be disrespectful. And you know, when you want to tell somebody to hold on, just hold on a minute. Her word was hold your horses.
Mm-hmm.
But kids stay in their place. So one day I got the most massive ass whooping that, you know how they say, get it mouth to mouth. I'm mighty mouth of the South. And when you know how your mama say, I'm gonna give you an ass whooping your grandkids gonna know about, you're gonna tell your grandkids about. She gave me an ass whooping that I want to tell my grandkids about, and my grandkids to tell their grandkids about. That's how massive that ass whooping was, because I told her to hold her horse. She was telling me to come. I'm like, hold your horses. What I say that for? She beat my ass like I was a whole thoroughbred that night. That was the worst ass whooping I never got in my life.
And once again, it's one of them things where it shifts, it adjusts. Whoopings didn't worry me that much. You know, I may be going after because I guess it was to that point. I'm telling you, I would take a whooping over you just talking to me, talking my head off any day. I never forget. It was like, man, I asked for it. I like, just whoop me, please. Just stop talking though. Just whoop me, okay? Like, like I just but that's me to this day. It's like I hate repetitive. Even at work, I hate being it felt like being micromanaged. Don't sit down over my shoulder. Like my organization, they listen to me now. You know, shout out to y'all. What's up? But once again, I remember when I first started, like I had to go and tell one of my directors, like, hey, I thought I was clear in my interview. This is the worst way to manage me. Like, you really go run me off. Like, that's like this. It was potentially gonna be my last week within my first month, just because you over my shoulder. And especially someone that don't know what that just and that's my management style completely different. And unfortunately, I'm kind of one of those people. I'm gonna just go hand you what you need to do, and I'm gonna trust you to do it.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna check in. You need any support here? Nope. Okay. Let me when you need me. That's why I believe is effective. You know, if you have some time forgetting and all that, okay, let's work on some type of reminder. But I have too many things to do to stand over your shoulder. But that's how I felt when I used to get ton like, okay, yeah, I forgot to turn an assignment at school. What is this? Yes, have you seen one of those, Shan?
What's that?
Cake strap.
It's a cake stripe. It's a thing that you put over like a Tupperware for cake, and you put it over there like to lock it down.
Oh,
so the lid.
That's where she used to get her whoopings from.
Oh heck no.
Yeah.
That's why my mom didn't beat any of us, because her mother had 13. She went up 13 and she whooped everybody. My mom was like anti-whooping.
How did that work?
But you said on your show you wish you was disciplined more, right? Or you just wish you had more direction.
Because maybe I went and tried the people I tried in my adult life how I do.
It wouldn't work.
You know, wouldn't work.
Hey.
But you can't hurt. Me, her mom used to have arguments in the kitchen, honey. I'm not splitting your peas. I don't like it. She was like, well, you a girl, you need the kitchen. No, I'm gonna grow up and I'm not gonna have no man that's gonna say I need to be in the kitchen. I'm out.
See, yeah, you wouldn't have made it very long.
At all.
At all. I had to split peas as a child, you know. I was like, I remember I had to do that. Oh my gosh.
Peas, I used to purposely split them in the middle in half. And she was like, get out my kitchen. I said, bye.
I'm sitting here listening to her saying that that's what she said to her mama. And I'm sitting here like,
no, that's what I
don't you say?
That's what she said to her grandma. Oh, her brother-in-law. Okay.
because whenever she would clap back, I clap back right with her. What's up?
Yeah.
Lord, they would have this verbiage like again, we're from the South, we're from East Texas.
Man, that's what I be trying to tell. My grandparents had a different type of cursing. Like like it was different. Like it still stung, but you don't hear them words no more. Like only way you still may hear is heifer. Okay.
Yeah, heifer.
You low down. Sorry, they didn't say they didn't cuss. That's the thing. They didn't. I don't remember say ass. Yeah, grandma didn't cuss, but she'll call you a snake in the grass in a heartbeat. So I knew that was like a very low turn. If you get called a snake in grass, you might as well been called you ain't shit.
Right. And if you're a snake in grass, you low. You lower than a snake kind of thing. You could go to the ground. You could disgust her. Snake in the grass. Man, but don't say if somebody tell you don't dot that dough, what you think that means?
Oh my God. Okay. Hold on, let me write that down. Like I gotta start pulling them decent because when I say I threw everybody for a loop the other week when I say, if you stare into a flame, what does that mean? They're like, we don't know.
Nobody ever heard it from the South. Yes, okay. So if somebody tell you don't dot that dough, first of all, you probably wonder why I said dough. It's door. All right. So if somebody say don't dot that door, what do you think they're telling you?
Don't knock.
Don't leave.
Do not go to that motherfucking door. Like, and I have to say, like,
do not go out that door.
I'm trying to stop cursing, but in this time, that's what it means. Okay, that's how because if they say in that way, they're like, you really shouldn't go. Okay,
yeah,
like I'm talking about like,
and you like
from cold like orange, like you like me just hearing that again, like you really shouldn't be like that's like you. It's like. You really, really, really like no matter what, like everybody that's in there goes turn and look and see if you have the nerve to do it.
Yeah,
and
you went to the door.
They just go like, man, hey, what the Kiki Palmer? Sorry for that, man. Like,
yeah, for real. Sorry for that. It was something else I was gonna say to you, but Dr. Doe came first. Like sayings that like I'll still use it every now and then on my daughter, and she knows what they mean because she's heard it before. I mean, we were called like a dunce. I'm sure you've heard somebody be called a dunce before.
Oh my gosh, they show you, and the way they would say it, the strength they would put behind dunce, like make you feel like you're the dumbest individual ever. I'm like, I gotta start using these words again.
Yeah, I'm not a dunce. Wow.
Mr. Shaw, he used to have a dunce hat that he gave people that just take him off of what he's supposed to do in class.
You wore a dunce hat?
I don't know this man. I'm elsewhere. And then one day I came back from lunch and I decided to put a green Skittle nose and couldn't get it out. He picked me up in my desk and put me outside. He said, Chantal, don't come to my classroom until you get that out.
Oh my.
You put a Skittle in your nose.
It was stuck. And then once I got it out, he was like, oh, you go sit right here. He had this corner with this tall hat.
And you put the hat on. And you put the dunce hat on.
Wow.
Hey, once again, these
okay, my grandmother used to say, I'm gonna wring your jaws.
I'm gonna wring your jaws. I remember that.
Oh, I ain't hear that. I don't know. I'm
gonna wring your jaws. Meaning she finna slap you so hard, you finna hear this ringing in your ear. Guess who used to feel them? Cause his mouth, like Brandon's, and Mama said that the other day to me, you and Anchor was the one that gave me the most mouth. Because we always got a bullet in the tank.
I didn't get. I've gotten my whoopings, but I didn't get that many whoopings to think about it. I probably gotten in my lifetime no more than 20. Be real. And it may be less than
20
15.
times 20. But Brandon was so cute and fat cheeks and everybody did love Brandon. Man, damn Brandon. Right.
Do you feel the hate?
I think they whooped me so much they were too tired to whip Brandon ass when it was his time.
Man, I always say this. even with the cousins and stuff my age.
Mm.
I was that kid. Now I did some stuff here and there, but I knew when to draw the line. Y'all, a lot of y'all don't know when to draw the line. I'm
That's
just being real.
my oldest. That mouth. I said, "Oh, that mouth better make me some money in life. So you better know when to stop. Stop."
Now my thing is with my mouth. Unfortunately, and once again, my Aunt Pinky just made it worse because she told me when I became an adult, baby, you really wasn't that wrong in your life. When you think someone, go with it. And I think you just don't know what you did right there. And I'm like,
created a hell of a monster.
But she wasn't wrong though. Like I hate going against my gut. When I go against my gut, I'm like, I knew it. I hate when I second guess myself. But the first time where I got in trouble for talking back was right before we had this accident with it was in the car. It was me, my mama, my brother Justin, grandma was driving at the time. It was going to UT Health. And I remember, once again, this is the story. I was asking my mama said she would promise she would take me to Blockbuster Video. If y'all, once again, I just dated the hell out of myself right there.
You did. It's Blockbuster.
So I was begging to go to Blockbuster, talking about, like you say, hey, I made good grades. I did this, I did that. I washed the dishes, everything. You say you're going to take me to Blockbuster. Well, Brandon, we're not going. And I was like, you lied to me. Well, no, we couldn't say lie. You told me a story.
Oh, that was you lied to me. That was a cuss word.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. I got a whip. I did get a whip from grandma one time. I was saying my brother lied. She like say he tell a story, but I said he didn't tell a story. He lied. Like, straight up, it's a difference. He lied.
And those words to me today vex my spirit. Kids can't say lie to me around me. That's a bad word. Don't say that.
It's not a bad word, and that's what sometimes it's not a bad word when you because me being the court of law. Nah. Well, let's be clear. That was a very dishonest statement. It was not factual at all. They made sure to deceive you. They wanted to deceive you, so they lied. The story they weren't telling. What I'm doing right here is telling you a story. Okay,
right.
The story could be factual, but it's a story. They lied. Okay, that's
but you can't say that as a kid. What she was trying to tell you, sir. Joe,
in her household. And I respected her household. You know, after that, I love it. Hey, but in my household, my child will ever come to me say, so and so lied. Okay, let's handle it, son. Like that's different. Cause I don't want you to like, what was the story about? And I need to know. Hey, prepare me. Feel about it. Hey, whatever to make your grown self feel comfortable. Like I want my what to make your grown self comfortable. But this was I was like upset. I was like, you just straight deceived me. I was like, oh, okay. Man, we go out in UT. I'm mad. I'm just like, wow. Well, that's what adults do. Like, okay, all right.
Damn.
Old white man, boom, T-boned us out the blue. We flipped. This is in the old, this is in the Lincoln, the yellow Lincoln. If you remember that. We flipped like 3-4 times. This is like, I'm see. And what do you do as a mother if you ever been in a car accident? What do you do? Or you ever been? Man, grandma just because she was in the back seat with us.
Yeah.
No. So who was mom? Grandma was driving. Who the fuck was driving? My mama was driving.
Well, grandma was in the back seat. It probably was Niecy driving. Grandpa was on the passenger side. And
that had to be it. That had to be it then, because grandma. I remember grandma just went. She threw her arms to hold us, and
I still do that to this day.
Man, when I tell you, thankfully we landed on the tire, went upside down, but the whole time, like this how I don't really subscribe to all the Zodiac stuff. I respect people's showcase. It's a culture within it, but this is the most Leo thing that I would say that in me. I like, see, if you would have took me to Blockbuster, like you said you would have. That was my first response out of my mouth.
After y'all done lived, after damn near dying.
All right. Look where we're at now. Look. My mouth's still going. that was the time they tell the story
Oh
how.
my God, she said you dead in your mouth.
Man, I'm like, I was just like, look here.
Look where we at now.
I remember ambulance. Now, my mama was, love your mother. She was different. Once again, she I wouldn't say she was different. She would fit in a very particular circle that's here. And that's when I see people doing it. It kind of aggravates me, but I don't judge it because my mom was the same way. But first, my mom was like, play like you hurt, lay the fuck down. I was like, what? And me being the green, goody two-shoe kid, I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with me. What you talking about? Like,
but Justin probably like this.
Man, and that's what I say. My brother they strapped us to a gurney. Did not like that. That was the story that Diddy would still tell, that Justin pulled out his pocket knife and he cut himself out the gurney and all that. Like, cut this stuff out. They look, who the hell wrong with he look? Once again, that was just an experience in life that how does that mouth that once again I was like, I just can't help it. And I will never forget, I said, if you just if you would have kept your word, we wouldn't be in this situation. That's all I always looked at. So I always hold with adults that don't be that way. Just be straightforward. This will be okay. Oh man.
That's my problem.
Yeah. What you say?
I said, that's not my problem.
Oh my gosh. Nah. But nah, yeah, that once again, when everybody I've talked to in my family about my grandmother, all ages that remember that was alive when she was alive, but once again, I was like my grandfather's favorite. I think, even though I think me, Mark, and Rodney were some of his favorites, and probably Aaron. I think he loved us all. No, he loved us all. But man, I didn't get that many whoopings. But my older cousins were doing crazy shit. Like, who plays in the sewer? Who set fields on fire? Like, whole fields. Who they shooting each other BB guns and stuff. Like, they just don't stop. Like, every time I hear a story, like, we did some crazy stuff, but on the level y'all was at, no, nowhere near. But that's country stuff. Oh my goodness. But I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to Father's Day. Father's Day will be different. Yeah, I think with the Mother's Day episode, y'all was very. I just feel like the guys, they're a little bit more aggressive. I know that because I did the Father's Day episode on season 1 too. Dad, when they get together, they're a little bit more aggressive towards stuff, a little bit louder. So I think I'm just gonna throw the mic in the middle and let y'all go for it.
I mean, regardless of what happens.
Hey, let's get recorded and put out either way.
Yeah.
Oh, her sister. Trying to make the bed. What you saying?
No, I'm trying to put together what happening. Stuff.
What you watching?
The Resident.
On Netflix?
No, on Hulu.
I have no idea what it's about. This is about nursing or something?
Doctor show, kind of like
ER. About what?
It's like Grey's Anatomy. Drama.
Can't even do it. And shout out to my buddy Trey, Dr. Trey.
Oh yeah,
I have a friend that's a doctor now.
Handsome doctor.
He's married. But hey, he's a black man. That's what I was saying.
That's right.
That's what I was saying. He's my, like, I consider his wife my sister. My sister V. Like, man, she know this. I done said it to her before, and she ever listen to this. And all my homegirls, like, you know how you got homeboys, right, Shan? You got male friends, correct? I'm a male friend.
Right.
If I give you some advice, would you take it? Or would you just do what you want to do either way?
Take it.
Okay. I'll never forget. It was like her and two of my other homegirls. They were all, I was a RA. No, I was a DA at that time at my dorms in college. And They used to come down in the office and keep me up because I work like the night shift. My shift is like the 1 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, it was like midnight to 3 o'clock. And so they'll come and chop it up with me while I'm doing my homework, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. And I remember telling her, like, they were talking about some type of guys. They were asking for advice about men. Mm-hmm. And I was giving them advice about men. I was giving them like the behind the scenes secrets, okay? Like the deep stuff. This is like what you look for. If you do this, this is going to happen. If you do that, this is going to happen. This is a guy you're going to attract, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Now, out of the 3 women, V is the one that listened. Like, she was like, I'll never forget. She broke up with the dude she was hollering at, which I was cool with at the time. Like, that's my homeboy. You know, they cool. I like, man, he ain't your best interest right now. That's my guy. But if you saying you want this, he ain't there for that. Okay, just putting the game. You like, you be patient, you handle this, blah blah, whatever I said at the time. But every time she would ask for, I give her this, and she would actually follow it. Okay, I said, you have fun, do your thing, but hey, make sure to carry yourself this way. Because if you get, like, when I say carry, not show, but carry. Okay, and long story short, look, she's like, stay down. The dude was cool. Her husband, fiance husband, he's a doctor now. Support. Boom. Look at growth. They're happy. They cool. They comfortable. They living life. And it's a blessing. I love that. Love that. You know. My other ones.
They didn't listen.
Did the complete slap backwards, man. I ain't gonna tell that girl business, but man, I'm like, every time I look up, like, it's hard being a good guy with having friends that make poor decisions, if that makes sense. Because I remember because I'm also that good guy that have good sense, and I'm like, I'm not gonna support that. I'm not gonna do that.
When I was in college, all the managers, people I work with at the Gap, the manager.
Phone breaking up.
Can you hear me? One of the managers there was like, "Oh, stop talking to him. That's a problem. Stop talking to him." I was like, all right. Look at here. Here go Ari, her daddy, 15 years later. Problem in my ass. Okay.
Wow.
What else? My brother, my favorite brother, telling me, man, that's not. I was like, man, that's not what you say. Here I go, like crying on his chest. Months later, he was like, "Oh, I know." Sometimes your sister is going to do whatever your sister wants to do, regardless of what you tell her. And I tell men this all the time. It doesn't matter if you don't give your sister a name, teach her what you teach her. If she's in it, she gonna have to fall on her ass to get it.
And that's what we call hard-headed.
Yeah.
That's what we call hard-headed. Y'all,
what it takes hard head make, Shane?
Soft.
So how soft is your ass right now, Shane?
Soft, okay?
Okay, mine is hella soft because I'm the most hard-headed person ever.
Okay, there's another Southern. Don't believe fat meat greasy.
Yeah. Oh, you don't believe fat meat greasy, huh? And we say, what? Fat meat greasy? But now we know.
I still say that.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for years. That's some country that stuck with me. And that's why I got into it with Brenda that time when she was talking about her bacon don't have any fat. I mean, her bacon don't have any grease on it. I'm like, what?
Yes, it does. Unless she had turkey bacon,
don't get me started. People out here eating leather turkey bacon. There's nothing but leather.
Yeah, that is not bacon. But I laugh because, man, I've been there. I understand. I'm too old. They haven't like when I be on, like, I'll probably go jump on Clubhouse for a little bit later. Man, I'm so sorry about Friday too. I fell asleep, y'all. I was tired. I was super tired. on Twitter. We get on Space. I do a Spaces every Friday, and I know Greg was hyped to do one. When I tell you, I told my wife I'm tired. I stayed up man. This whole thing, doing that show, I was like, man, I was working on it, I was pulling it together. I was like, man, the intro. I said, man, what should I do for the intro? That's why I asked you a question about the music. And I'm glad I got to shout out that other podcast with the white boys that were like, hey, you got to put that queen in there. I like, that's perfect. That is like,
I love that intro.
Me too.
Man, hey, it was working. That's why I said, man, I need to do something different for this one because that represents mothers. And I got that one. I like, boom. So I was having some trouble with that one. I had to reformat. It was like, it took some work, but it was worth it. Got that down. Then I had to listen through it again. And I was like, okay, put my splits, put the transitions, the questions asked. Then I did with my cousin. I do that commercial for Ruby. And I'm like, and she did like, I'm like, man, like, and once again, Shan, you can want to toss me something. You got commercials made. I'll throw it in the episode. Boom. There you go. We have it like that. But like with Ruby, I like, man, you've been doing this cupcake thing for a minute. Do you have any type of voice audio in there? She's like, no. So I just made something up. All that stuff with that commercial was on the first take. And I was like, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I didn't record it twice. Usually I have to record like maybe 2-3 times instead. I like this we're gonna have. I was like, man, I sound like kind of slow on one of them, but I ain't gonna worry about it. They gonna listen, they gonna get it, get it. I could have said it a little bit quick because I was thinking as I was saying this stuff. I was like, oh, what should I say next? But either way, and so I'm getting all this done. But right when I was doing commercial, my shit just that little circle came up, and I couldn't do nothing else. I like, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I got about 30 minutes left in this episode. That was like at maybe 10 o'clock. Then I delete some of this. Then it wouldn't say it, the audio saved, so the audio was good, but the video was tripping. I'm like, man, long story short, I was up at 2 a.m. in the morning till it finally finished. Then I put it to YouTube to upload. Woke up, was it Friday morning? Went to YouTube. Like I woke up at like 6 because I had to be at work at 8. Man, make sure it didn't like it still said it had an hour left because it was like that whole episode was like second.
Stop doing that YouTube stuff. That is too much time.
It is, man. Yeah, it was 7 gigabytes too. The video was 7 gigs. And like once again, it's already been deleted. I moved it to the hard drive right here. And because it take up so much space, but man, after I got it all done, all this before I'm telling you, when you text me, Shan, I was just finished. It just hit 100%, and you like, and thank you again, because that meant a lot. You know, that little boost right there helped me out a lot. Because at one moment I was gonna be like, fuck it, but that little hey, you kill that kill the edits, because man, I put work into that editing shit, and I hate editing. That is not my thing. I'm telling y'all.
I love
editing
it.
Is not my forte.
If everything works properly. Like Friday, I didn't jump on the Spaces because I had a 2-show recording, which was 4 hours. And now
I believe you because I just saw all these tweets and I missed it. I woke up like at 4 a.m.
Now Stereo made those 2 shows, one complete show. So now I gotta edit a 4-hour show. So yeah. It's madness.
I haven't recorded on Stereo in a minute, man.
Yeah.
I need to get back to it.
So much.
Once again, all this hard work will pay off. Like when we got our own platforms and not only radio, but our own, when I say platform, from stations where other people are sharing their craft and things with us, like it'll be great. And I would say be consistent. And that's why I'm giving my flowers to you two again, Shan. And like once again, y'all, Anki, if you want to hear something, throw it. Like when I say throw, she makes sense and all that, but you can hear some wild shit from a woman's point of view. Check out Shan's show too.
I will.
Because once again, like she's consistent, and that's why I say that's when it's respect, communication, consistency. And I expect, and she showed love too. like almost every single episode, she make a post about my show before I make a post about it. That's how quick she on it, you know. And it's not just mine; it's other people's too. So I really respect that. That's good support. So.
But I told you the other day, in Chan, I would definitely love to come on your show, even listen to some of your shows, or do when it comes. But I tell you, I like this. I like this. And
yes,
when I was listening to the Mother's Day show that you guys did, and I'm listening to everything y'all had to say, y'all were spot on with probably everything y'all had to say, especially when you talking about your children and the relationship you have with their fathers. Then I was listening to the other young ladies talking about their relationships and so forth. That really just had me so zoned. I couldn't turn it off. I'm rewinding stuff, taking stuff back out to the Brandon. I kept rewinding it back, saying, okay, maybe I missed this part. Maybe I missed that part. You know, I kept saying I was missing different pieces just so I could not miss anything. Yeah. You guys brought it, and that was awesome. And then I went on to Brandon, and he was talking about how difficult it was editing and how time consuming it was and all that. That's when you appreciate your brain. That's when you give your brain everything you got, blood, sweat, and tears, and not taking notes. Sometimes you want to lay down and go to sleep. You can't do it because you put too much into this. There is no failure.
When I tell you, like at the desk I'm sitting at right here, like this is a desk right here and a desk right here. I was laying on this desk right here, like trying to without the chair. I put the chair back on my knees, like don't you go to sleep, get up, finish this, man.
And y'all were talking about memorable moments. These are the memorable moments when you make it, and y'all will to higher platforms. I speak life into that now. I see y'all being greater and expanding your brand. Everything culture is going to be more than just in the forum of social media. You're going to go to the big screen. I think you're going to go wider. And the same with you, Shan. If you guys are really serious about what y'all doing, don't stop, because you got people out there that's waiting to see this, that needs this. This is something like a real thirst that a lot of people have, but just won't say it until they get it. And they don't realize how thirsty they were until they got it.
Yeah.
So don't stop, guys.
I have no intentions of stopping. And that's the crazy thing about it. It's like, I just enjoy it. I love it. And my wife asked, Afton asked that if you had enough money, you didn't need a want for money any longer, what would you do? And I was like, everything culture, my podcast, like easy.
I'll probably be going state to state, finding like my favorite podcast.
Wow, that's awesome.
Do you feel me? Like the amount of interviews I'll be doing, man, to sit down. Like I always look at it in between of, I would say the Chris Evans with Hot Ones and people Humans of New York. And what's the guy that's interviewed people from Skid Row? Soft White Underbelly.
I don't know. London was telling me about that the other day, that she watches the guy that interviewed people from Skid Row.
Shit, the dude that's all.
She showed me some of the clips. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Have you watched Soft White Underbelly? Oh, Shane, you'll get hooked. Don't let me go near it. Now, as much stuff you be sending on in the chat, you will be hooked. Because the thing is not because because I talk with him, I kind of feel like he manipulates. I think he kind of exploit. I don't ever want people to feel like I'm exploiting them. Right. I really want to carry this way. You want to share. But he just gave me kind of a scummy type. But he have put people in better situations. So I can't say I don't want to judge because people may feel the same way towards me. But either way, man, look up, if you ever listen to watch Soft White Underbelly, look up a story. I think it's Amanda, black girl. She got, when I tell you what crack would do to your ass. Oh man. With the black girl, she started out pretty, healthy, had a little bit of a body on her.
Yeah.
Was prostituting.
I was saying there was like different photos of this one person on certain
different videos. When you see life. Like it's over the past, like I think a span of 2 years. I was watching it last night. They did the most recent update of her this past week. She's and it's a blessing. And that's what I say. If it wasn't for the show, that's why I say I can't knock him. Because if it wasn't for the show, she'd probably be dead. For real.
Wow.
When I tell you, she was like, when they first started out, she had to be look good, like maybe 210 or something like that. Healthy. But she was talking about, she was talking out her head, being a prostitute, how her daddy used to do stuff to her, and all this and all that, was molested her in space. The more she started doing that drug, which was crack, and she didn't say she was. Man, when I tell you the amount of weight she lost, the way look at her face, then like maybe it gets to like the fourth episode, like the fourth time she came back. He like put it this way, she came back with I think the first one, she came back the second one, and he was like, I interviewed you before, didn't I?
He was like, no, you didn't.
She like, no, yeah, no. And he was like, no. He was like, your name, no, we interviewed. He was like you can tell and say, like, bitch, what happened to you? Like,
right, that's what he wanted to say, right?
Man, but when you see it, but it got him to the point she started talking about aliens and they control. She was a clone. Her body's not real, like full schizophrenia.
That drug has eaten her head up because she can't even remember talk to us already.
Wow,
man, and that's what I'm like, and that's when I interview people. Trust me, I've had some people that once with the makers of you. It's kind of like, and honestly, the makings of you is truly everything culture. That's truly the show, know. And if like the topic stuff, it could go. That was always secondary, and that's what me and G Jack used to go back and forth on. Like, oh, it's too much. The makings you. I remember one point it was like, man, we got to take it out. I'm like, shit. Like, if we're not getting to know the people, what we doing this for? If we're not getting to know the culture.
Yeah, I love the makings of you. Actually, the makings of you make me find the episode. Make me look forward to the episode. The makings of you.
Trust me, I'm steady updating, trying to refine the questions too. Like, because the questions I have is not the final. Like, I'm trying to find a good mix. I'm trying to keep it like 30 questions. That's boom, boom, boom. I'm like with the age. I used to ask people their age, but I think they, I maybe ask them their decade. When they come up, what's the year what decade of living? Do you in the 80s, 97? What do you appreciate when the life you was living, what you grew up in?
I like the one that you asked that you didn't ask me. I wish you would have asked me that question, but it's not about me no more. So the question that you asked about what animal would you be if you could be any?
That was a new one.
I like that.
That was a new one.
I like that.
So okay, so would I ask you, Shan? Did I even ask you, Shan? That? So I think I did Shan the episode before that, so I didn't ask Shan either. So okay, I'm gonna ask y'all this, and we're gonna leave it for the night. So, and I'm gonna ask both of y'all simultaneously the question, and we're gonna go through it. So, if y'all could be any animal, what animal would you be?
I think I would be a bear.
A bear. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a protector.
Wow. I would be an elephant.
An elephant. Okay.
Have great memory. They're protectors and they move in herds of their people.
Okay.
Like so y'all both protectors. Okay. One will come and one will fuck you up over her people.
That's right.
And okay. Both would. Okay. It's just gonna be a lot of gang. All right. Second animal. So if you couldn't be an elephant, you couldn't be a bear, what would you be? Start with Shan.
Ooh. I would be a squirrel. Do you ask why? I don't think you want to ask me why.
Hey.
In my head, I'm thinking why.
Hey,
that's my head.
Hold on. You don't know Shan though. So I love this. Okay. Angela. If you couldn't be a bear, what would you be?
I think I would be a lioness.
A lioness. Okay. Squirrel, lioness. Going to our third final. If you couldn't be a squirrel, a lioness, a bear, or an elephant, Angela, what would you be?
An eagle.
An eagle. Okay, an eagle. All right, all right. Shan, what would you be?
Oh no. Probably a Black Panther.
A Black Panther.
Yeah.
Okay. The Jaguar, Black Panther. Okay, okay, okay. So once again, this is a Russian personality test that's been solved that once again, it can hold weight to you. You don't have to, whatever you feel comfortable with, but it is said to represent your first animal, which was an bear and an elephant, is what you want people to perceive you as, what you try to come off as. Okay. The second animal, which is what was the second? I know it was a squirrel for sure. I ain't gonna forget that one. And a squirrel and a lioness. That's what people actually see you as. That's when she said squirrel, I like, damn. I was like,
always trying to get her nuts, buddy.
That's what I was in my head. I'm thinking nut buddy myself. I'm like, okay, nut buddy.
Hey, hyperactive all over the place, bouncing here, there, but she's on a mission. And the third one is what you actually are, and that would be a Black Panther and an eagle. Okay, so eagle could represent as all watching, knowledgeable, seeing over other ones. Still will fuck you up and being protective, because have you seen how big eagles are? I would hate to see a bald eagle in real life.
In a somebody's yard, and I'm just like, there's no way I would go outside. Are you crazy?
Man, them things.
And their talons are everything. Their talons are.
It's a wrap.
Have you seen the video of the one that tried to pick up a baby that was at the park?
No, but I seen one trying to pick up a dog.
Oh.
I think I seen the one with the dog. I ain't seen the one with the baby. Bye, baby.
And at that moment, if an eagle trying to get my baby, I'm gonna be a bear. At that moment, I'm gonna kill that eagle. Oh, it's gonna kill me.
Get them hops together. See, and with the Black Panther, I look at it as being more sleek, on the prowl, strong,
and moisturized
and reserved,
shiny.
Hello,
and they don't fuck with nobody.
Hello,
unless fuck with.
Question people get about me because my personality is open. They think, oh, she's such a people person. I'm not.
You can tell that. Well, we've been chopping up for like almost a year now. Well, we all started. We clicked up around August or so.
Yeah.
No, it was earlier than that because I started doing the happy hour.
Them people Zooms. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. But it's wild how much is going on. But things starting to open back up. I'm looking forward to coming back to Texas in July. I'm supposed to be booking my ticket tonight. Lord, I got to get this stuff done.
Yeah. Come on here. I can't wait.
I know.
You staying here?
We stay. I don't know. We gonna stay somewhere. We stay in Fort Worth and Dallas for 3-4 days. So we're gonna be there. Our intention is to be there Saturday to Wednesday. Then, like Wednesday afternoon, we're gonna be driving either. I don't know. We're gonna maybe drive to Tyler or Longview. We may be there for a day, but the rest is gonna be in Houston, and we're gonna fly out back to Seattle from Houston.
Why your arms look so big?
Man,
that makes it working out, honey.
God's the mighty Superman shirt wearing that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. My thing is, I was like, the wife like, she like the big arms. I like the big arms still here. Everything else just got big with it. That's the
that arm.
Like, that's the thing.
Whoa.
I never look at my arms or anything on me being big until I see it next to someone else or something like that. And I'm like, I am bigger than a lot of people. I remember I took a picture of my coworker. Like it was a group of coworkers took a picture, and I'm like, damn, I'm that bigger than y'all. Shit. Yeah. I remember
But
like
it
on
looked
one of the
good.
old episodes. Thank you. I agree.
Yeah, every time
When
I post a video, I'm just like, okay, definition.
Okay.
man, I'm trying, man.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Man, hey, that's my accountability check. But man, what was I saying, man? One of the previous episodes, my old roommate, my first roommate in college, he was like, man, I never thought about this. Like, cause I am the way of, you know me, ain't he? You know, Shane, you know a little bit about me, but y'all know I don't be fucking with nobody. But he said he never forget when we became roommate, moved to the dorm. He was like, he said he was scared as shit of me, and I'm like, of me? I'm like, why are you scared of shit of me? He like, put this in your, like, and this is a white guy, okay? And he's taller, like I'm 5'9", he's like 6'1", something like that. But he was scared of shit of me. He like, think about it. You going to school as a freshman, you come to your dorm, you chilling there with your dad, like you setting up your computer, your roommate come in and with his mom talking about Brenda, he like, you came in carrying weights, dumbbells with a wife beater on and like, like in a do-rag. And I was like,
And he was do-rag down, do-rag ready at all times.
and I like, damn. I never thought about that, but I did come in that motherfucker like I got out of prison. I did do that, man.
Everything be down.
The same way y'all see that I be working at them same weights I had in high school. That's why I keep doing the same exact weights. And I came in carrying those and some other weights in my hands. Like, what's up? Like, I like, yeah, it would just same thing, the same uniform you saw today on Instagram, the same thing as your roommate in college. I'm like, yeah, I can see how that could be. I can say my bad, but I was like, hey, I can see that. I see your perspective now.
And when he got to know you, did his thought process change then?
Oh man, we still friends to this day.
Good.
We still cool to this day.
Don't make me beat
shout out to Sean. What's up, man? Love you, bro. No, man. If you meet Sean, I'm like, Sean is a trip, man. I'm looking for whenever Sean get married and support. Sean is a really good guy, man. Like he's my attorney buddy. That if something crack off, he should have hit me up like, hey, watch out for this, and that. Be careful with that and good. Cool. It's good to have friends like that. I'll tell from people. Don't be afraid to make friends. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are awesome. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all our followers. Shout out to all our supporters. Shan, make sure to shout your stuff out, Shan. You know what to do.
She gets a Cozy Room podcast, so it Page Beyond Bed podcast, and Loudmouth Stereo with Greg from Young Black and Bothered on the Stereo app. We actually made that thing a podcast. I gotta upload that episode. Out here working. You can find my merch
nonstop.
Who is Shan.com.
Okay.
Hey, she out here.
I don't got nothing.
What. Well, you get.
I just follow Brandon.
You with everything culture. You with everything culture. We here. We everything culture. Hold on, head too big. Right there. There we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Podcast for all cultures, podcast with a purpose. You can find this on almost every social media site it's on. Check us out on TikTok, follow us. I'm gonna be doing some goofy stuff. I may be recording tonight. I'm thinking I'm look halfway decent. What else, man? Hey,
put your
website
arm up a little bit so they can see your arm. Put your arm up.
See, I ain't gonna pull it all the way up, man. The wife could get mad at me.
Sorry.
She said I can't wear a certain type of shorts no more. I'm like, okay, all right. But
can I please know what kind they are, please, just for shits and giggles? What kind of weather?
Yeah. I'm like, she buying for me, like, nah, you can't wear those. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, women will post these men's shorts on Twitter and be like, If he wear these, he's a hoe. I'm just like, what's wrong with the short?
Man, when I tell you, like, unfortunately, it was one uniform. It was one girl talking about if you step outside with a wife beater on and some khaki shorts, you a thought. And I'm like, I'm like, what?
Brandon, do
I'm
you
like,
have
this
that? Is that a part of your
Man.
wardrobe?
My wife met me in those. That's why I kept saying, well, you met me in this. Like, you didn't have a problem with that. But all in all being said, shout out to the wifey as well. Biggest
Shout out
supporter.
to wifey.
Yeah, she's awesome. Birthday
She's
coming
married
up
to
soon.
him, but she's my soulmate.
Aw.
She's one of the people that everybody love, but y'all just don't know her. But either way, much love once again. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Keep doing the great thing that y'all doing.
Thank you.
Find peace. You know, they may not understand now, they'll understand later. But I want to say thank you again. You know, appreciate the support, and we look forward to much more coming